Absurdism versus Perfectionism. Why Good Enough is Revolt. Episode 7 of Absurd Liberation. The project, the body, the post, the life. One mistake, one flaw, one not quite there, and it's all ruined. You're ruined. You delay, you tweak, you obsess, you freeze because if it's not flawless, it's worthless. Perfectionism feels like discipline. It feels like high standards. But what if it's just another way to avoid the absurd? Welcome back to Absurd Liberation, Episode 7, Absurdism versus Perfectionism, Why Good Enough is Revolt. Let's stop chasing the impossible. Perfectionism as escape from the absurd. Perfectionism isn't about excellence, it's about control in a world that can't be controlled. We live in the absurd, a universe with no inherent order, no guaranteed outcome, no cosmic judge giving gold stars. Perfectionism fights back. If I make it perfect, it will matter, it will last, it will prove I'm worthy. It's the ultimate delusion, believing flawless execution can force meaning onto chaos. Society feeds it. Be your best self. 10x your life. No excuses. Influencers with filtered lives, productivity gurus with color-coded planners, parents and bosses who praise only the A+. The promise? Perfection equals safety, significance, love. The reality? Perfection doesn't exist. The boulder always has a flaw. The hill is a mirage. Camus would say, stop pretending you can perfect the push. Revolt. How perfectionism becomes paralysis. Perfectionism looks productive until you see what it really does. It delays action, not ready yet. Years pass without shipping, sharing, starting. It turns every flaw into catastrophe. One typo, one extra pound, one bad day equals total failure. Self-worth crashes. It fuels endless comparison. Someone else is better, so you hide, tweak more, never release. It distracts from the absurd. Instead of accepting life is messy and temporary, we chase an impossible standard to feel in control. Sisyphus's boulder is never perfectly round. The hill never flattens. Perfectionism says polish it more, try harder. Absurdism says the boulder is imperfect, the hill is steep, push anyway. The Revolt. Embracing good enough as defiance. Revolt isn't lowering standards, it's refusing to let impossible ideals steal your life. Good enough isn't mediocrity, it's revolt against the myth of perfection. Here are 5 ways to weaponize absurdism against perfectionism. Call out the absurd standard. When the inner critic screams not perfect, pause. Ask, in the grand nothing, does this flaw cosmically matter? Laugh at the demand for flawlessness in a flawed universe. The pressure cracks. Revolt by shipping imperfect. Done is better than perfect. Release the draft, post the photo, send the email, flaws and all. Defiance equals acting despite the voice saying, wait till it's flawless. Each ship proves imperfect things can still matter now. Sisyphus mode. Push with acceptance. Accept the boulder will never be perfect. Push anyway. Work hard, care deeply, but detach from the outcome being flawless. Celebrate the effort, the mess, the humanity. One must imagine the perfectionist happy, not because it's perfect, but because they pushed despite knowing it won't be. Create good enough bombs. Stop waiting for ideal conditions. Make small, imperfect things daily. A rough sketch, a quick message, a messy workout. These aren't practice, they're revolts against paralysis. They remind you value comes from doing, not from perfection. The ultimate defiance: celebrate the flawed. Perfectionism hates flaws. Absurd revolt: love them. Your quirks, mistakes, unfinished edges, they're proof you're alive in an imperfect world. In a culture demanding flawless, embracing good enough is revolutionary. It's saying, I exist, flaws and all, and that's enough. Perfectionism wants you frozen, chasing an illusion of control. Absurdism hands you freedom. Nothing can be perfect, and that means you can start now. Do good work, care, improve, but never let perfect stop you from living. Revolt, ship, embrace the mess. Good enough is the real defiance. You're not broken for being imperfect. You're human, and that's the revolt. If this hit, smash subscribe. We're freeing ourselves from more traps next time. Comment: what's one area where perfectionism has been holding you back, and how will you revolt with good enough? Drop it below. Next, absurdism versus consumerism, buying stuff to fill the void. Keep pushing that rock, smile while you do it. Peace, or whatever. Nothing matters anyway.